This is assignment 5-4, the hinge guide. This one is in inches. Alright, so I'm going to start my sketch on my normal plane. And I'm going to align my circular feature to the origin like I usually do. Alright, so the inside has a radius of 0.5, so we're going to make a diameter of 1. And the outer one has a radius of 1, so we're going to make it 2. There we go. So we have that. Now I'm just going to draw lines out from here. I'm going to use my offset feature. And this is something you can do. It's not terribly necessary, but for the purposes of demonstration, I'm going to use a construction line. And what that's going to do is it's going to look a little different from a regular line. You can see it has that dashed appearance. But what's going to happen is when we go to extrude, this line will be ignored because it's considered, like I said, a construction line. So I'm going to use offset. The whole thing is going to be a 1/2 inch thick, so I'm going to offset this line by 0.25 in both directions. But it also copies it and makes it also a construction line. Ooh, I didn't mention that. There we go. So what I can do now is I can select these two, and to do a multi-select you hold down the control key, and I'm going to uncheck construction. There we go. So now I have regular lines. I'm going to go ahead and place my dimensions. It says from the middle of the hole to the very end is going to be 4. There we go. I'm going to draw my line to close this off. Oh, I'm still in construction lines, so let's delete that. So I want to choose line, I'm going to right click again and uncheck construction. There. Alright, and I can trim off this little bit here. Go. And also, actually, while I'm in the trim command, I might as well go ahead and trim these off as well. There we go. Nope, actually I could have trimmed off that as well. Okay, so now I'm going to put my fillets on the edge here. And let's see, it says that our fillets are a radius of 0.3. 3. Just like that. And that, and that. Okay. And now I'm going to do the little slot at the other end. So, in this way I'm going to do it a little bit different than the way I did the other side. No, I don't want it to be there. There we go. And I'm going to do another offset, which it is going to be 0.25. Go. It actually does look like it might be centered. But let's make sure. I don't really want to assume anything. So I'm going to choose that one, make sure it is 1/2. There we go. We're close, but not quite. Alright, and so from there I'm going to trim off everything in between. And there we go. Oh no! It tells us we have a problem right here. Ah, it doesn't extend all the way. There we go. Let's double check the other one. That one does, so we're good there. Go back to trim, and I'm going to trim that off. There we go. Alright, so that looks good there. Make sure we're not missing anything. Nope. Alright, so we're going to finish sketch. We're going to extrude, and it tells us that it is 2 inches wide. So now we can do this a couple different ways, the holes that are on the top here. You can do them in a sketch, or you can use the hole tool. If you were to use sketches, it would take 2 different extrusions to complete this. The two up here, the center, and then the ring around it. But I'm going to use the hole command. Alright, so the 2 little ones are going to be 0.25. Let's see about that. I can Let's go that way and add a 2. It's going to be blind hole through all. And I'm going to put them up here, and another one up there. Alright, so I'm going to dimension those. That from the side is going to be 0.5. Oh no, I wasn't ready. I hit enter too early. Edit feature, there we go. And now I'm going to do a dimension between those. Well, it's not going to let me. There we go. That's going to be 0.5 as well. So they're going to automatically be that way. But I also missed another dimension. Nope, I don't want that. I don't want a new hole. I'm going to edit the ones I've got. So from here, that's going to be 2.25. I wasn't done. And this one is going to also be 2.25. There we go. Now they're right. I'm going to choose another hole. And this one is going to be a counter bore, which has that top little ring around it. So we know the outer ring, and it gives us those hole notes. Those are great. So it tells us the inner ring is 1/2 inch and the outer ring is 1 inch. So the outer is 1. Nope. 1. It is a depth of 0.125, which is that arrow next to 125. That tells you that's how deep it is. And the inner diameter is going to be 0.5. All right, that looks good. I'm going to put that right there, and we're going to make sure that it is located properly. That is going to be a 1. And it is going, oh, I hit enter too early. I'm also going to make sure that it is 1 from the side. We were close, but we weren't quite. Okay. And that is the hinge guide. Let's save it so that we can make our drawing. That's how I usually do a dash. Right. Okay, so now we can go new, the drawing, choose base. That was way too small. That's way too big. Go. Alright, let's do our center marks. Go. All right, now our bisectors. So in here, make sure we're getting the right things. Notice how that doesn't extend all the way up, so I'm going to choose these as well, because your center lines will extend outward from your part. Right, so now we got this one. This one's going to be a little harder to see, harder to tell what we're doing. And actually, oh, no, that's not going to work. So we've got those 2 holes, those 2 holes, these 2, and let's extend it to those 2. There we go. Those are all of our bisectors. Those were a little hard to see. So now we can start adding our dimensions. So from the center to the edge, whoa, that gave me an angle. We don't want an angle. There we go. And let's see. Do my circular features. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, yep, I definitely need to know what my radius is of my fillet. All right, we can do our width here. We're going to assume that that's centered. And I'll pull that out just a little bit. I'm not going to go out to the sides because that's just going to make it kind of ugly. Let's check, that might be everything. And actually what we'll do, I'll show y'all how to do this. Let's see. Let's delete this inner. Oh, nope, I'm still active. There we go. So I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to click on this one. All right, and remember we have the text. So this here is going to put whatever this is. So anything here I want to add, I can. Actually, I chose the wrong one. I deleted the wrong one. So we're going to delete that one and add the other one back. Just so that we can get the whole note correct. All right, so we're going to go over to text. That diameter 50 is, or 0.5 is good. I'm going to hit enter because I want this to come down to the next line. And it's going to give me a bunch of my basic symbols over here. I want this one that designates that that is a counter bore. And I'm going to use the diameter symbol. Where is it? There we go. And that it is a diameter of 1.0 and at a depth of 0.125. So where's my depth? There it is. A depth of so let's put a 0 in there because we can be right. There we go. And there is the proper way to do a whole note. Oh, and we didn't do the radius or the diameter of that one. All right, let's see. I think we have everything here. It does. It looks good. All right, that is the hinge guide.